In the ancient mystical lands of China, high upon the mist-cloaked and towering peaks of Mount Huaguo, also known as the Mountain of Fruit and Flowers, there rested an immense boulder. This stone had absorbed the primordial energies of the heavens, the earth's beauty, the sun's might, and the moon's mystery since time immemorial. One day, the boulder cracked open, unveiling a wondrous stone egg. From this egg emerged a stone monkey, destined to become a figure of legend. As he began to explore the rugged terrain of Huaguo Mountain, the monkey reverently bowed in all four cardinal directions. Radiating with mystical power, his eyes shot forth golden beams that sliced through the clouds and reached the heavens above. The unexpected flash of light caught the attention of the Jade Emperor, the highest deity in the celestial realm. Disturbed by this anomaly, he called upon two gods renowned for their extraordinary senses, Thousand-Mile Eye and Wind-Accompanying Ear, to uncover the cause. These divine beings traveled down to the verdant slopes of Huaguo Mountain, where they encountered a young monkey, notably larger and glowing with a golden radiance. After returning with their observations, they informed the Jade Emperor of their discovery. Upon realizing that the source of the light was simply a monkey, the Jade Emperor chose to disregard the matter, deeming it unworthy of further concern. The stone monkey grew up alongside the other monkeys on the island, relishing the abundance of fruits and the beauty of the flowers. One day, while perched on a cliff, the monkeys proposed a daring challenge. Whoever had the courage to leap through the waterfall and uncover what lay beyond it would be crowned their king. Without a second thought, the stone monkey hurled himself off the cliff and through the waterfall, where he found a majestic iron bridge. Crossing the bridge, he arrived at a splendid palace, which he claimed for his tribe, naming it the Water Curtain Cave. This cave became a haven for his companions, a place of happiness and security. From that moment on, he was honored with the title of the Monkey King. Even though the other monkeys lived contentedly, the Monkey King grew increasingly uneasy. A deep yearning stirred within him, a desire to go beyond the bounds of mortality and achieve immortality. One of his counselors revealed to him that Buddhas, sages, and dragons had discovered the key to eternal life. Driven by this desire, the Monkey King set off on a grand quest, venturing beyond the familiar mountains to faraway lands and uncharted adventures. He embarked on this epic journey on a raft he built himself. The Monkey King's journey began in the realm of men, where he embarked on a quest to find a master who could teach him the elusive art of immortality. Upon reaching human lands, he disguised himself in a woodsman's clothing, hoping to pass unnoticed among the people. For 9 long years, he roamed across 2 continents, relentlessly searching for someone who could guide him in his pursuit of eternal life. His travels eventually took him across the sea to the very edges of the world. There, in a remote grove, he discovered the cave of the slanting moon and 3 stars, the dwelling of the esteemed Master Subhuti, a sage whispered to possess the knowledge of immortality. As the Monkey King neared the sage's abode, a disciple greeted him at the entrance, revealing that the master had been anticipating his arrival. Impressed by the Monkey King's long and arduous journey, Master Subhuti decided to accept him as a student, sensing the significant fate that awaited him. The sage gave him the name Sun Wukong, which translates to awaken to emptiness. In the serene grove, Master Subhuti shared his teachings with Sun Wukong, advising, "Power, my student, is like the wind through the trees. It stirs the leaves, but does not control their descent. Seek wisdom to steer the storm." Sun Wukong reflected deeply on these words, understanding that true mastery lies not in possessing power alone, but in the wise and careful use of it. Under the guidance of Master Subhuti, Sun Wukong gained profound control over the cosmic forces, mastering the 72 transformations, a skill that allowed him to morph into any creature or object at will. He also learned the art of cloud jumping, which let him cover immense distances in an instant. However, the ancient immortals were unsettled by this mysterious monkey, acquiring the secrets of immortality. In response, they vowed to send 3 calamities upon him every 500 years: a strike of lightning, a consuming fire, and an attempt to annihilate him completely. After 2 decades of intense training, Sun Wukong mastered numerous abilities under his wise teacher's guidance, including magical incantations, traditional healing practices, and martial arts. His greatest achievement was persuading his master to teach him a specialized internal breathing technique that granted him immortality, shielding him from the 3 disasters that the gods of heaven had in store. Brimming with confidence in his newfound invulnerability, Sun Wukong's arrogance grew, leading to his eventual dismissal from his master's school. Nevertheless, Sun Wukong had already acquired all the knowledge he sought and returned to his homeland, sworn to keep his master's teachings a secret. When Sun Wukong returned to Mount Huaguo, he was dismayed to find that his throne had been usurped by the Bull Demon King, also known as the monstrous King of Havoc. The Bull Demon King had turned the once peaceful monkey realm into a place of fear. He mocked Sun Wukong with a thunderous laugh that echoed through the valleys, declaring, "Only power commands respect in this world, monkey. You'll come to understand this the hard way if necessary." Drawing on the skills he had mastered under Master Subhuti, Sun Wukong plucked hairs from his own body, magically transforming them into a formidable army of warrior monkeys. With this enchanted force, he confronted and defeated the Bull Demon King, restoring his rightful rule over Mount Huaguo. Following the conflict, Sun Wukong took steps to safeguard his realm. He instructed the monkeys in combat techniques and provided them with arms crafted by his trusted allies. This enhancement fortified his kingdom's defenses and readied them for potential threats ahead. Yet Sun Wukong was in search of a weapon for himself. Unsatisfied with the swords of human craftsmanship, he learned that the most exceptional weapons were kept in the Dragon King's armory. Determined, he set out for the depths of the Eastern Sea to request an audience with Dragon King Guang. After a courteous tea ceremony with the Dragon King, Sun Wukong disclosed the purpose of his visit and was permitted to explore the dragon's extensive collection of treasures and weapons. Although he was shown a variety of formidable arms, none of them met his high standards. They seemed too light and toy-like. Just as he was about to depart, without finding what he sought, Sun Wukong's gaze settled on an immense black iron pillar. This pillar, towering at 20 feet and as thick as a barrel, adorned with golden rings at both ends, weighed an astonishing 17,000 pounds. Despite its weight, Sun Wukong handled it effortlessly. The pillar had a remarkable ability to change its size at his command, expanding to the height of a mountain or contracting to the size of a pin, which he could conveniently hide behind his ear. This remarkable weapon was called the Ruyi Jingu Bang, or the compliant golden hooped rod. Struck by Sun Wukong's impressive prowess, the Dragon King and his siblings offered him a suit of resplendent golden armor, gently suggesting that he leave their domain now that he was suitably equipped. Armed with his magical staff and newfound celestial skills, Sun Wukong journeyed back to Flower Fruit Mountain, where he resumed his role as a leader, now endowed with extraordinary power. Yet even amid the peace of his own land, Sun Wukong's mind wandered to the celestial realm, a sphere of deities and immortals he felt destined to conquer. Little did he realize that his mischievous and untamed spirit was about to thrust him into epic confrontations with the mighty forces of the heavens. Sun Wukong's increasing fame for his strength and audacity caught the eye of numerous demons eager to test their mettle against him. Every demon who came to challenge him was quickly overpowered and, in turn, enlisted into his growing army. As his fame spread, it also alarmed the denizens of the underworld. One day, while Sun Wukong was peacefully asleep, 2 messengers from Yama, the lord of the underworld, entered his dreams and seized his soul, transporting it to their realm. Yet they were unaware that Sun Wukong had his loyal Ruyi Jingu Bang concealed behind his ear, ready for any unforeseen circumstances. Upon regaining consciousness in the underworld, Sun Wukong erupted with fury. With his magical staff, he savagely attacked the 2 emissaries who had brought him there and carved a path to the palace of the 10 kings. The kings, horrified by the formidable monkey armed with an enchanted weapon, feigned ignorance, claiming they had inadvertently summoned the wrong Sun Wukong to the underworld. Sun Wukong, insistent on confronting the matter, demanded access to the Book of Life and Death. With a daring gesture, he obliterated his name and those of all the monkeys he was familiar with, thereby guaranteeing their immunity from death. The gods of death were astonished by the boldness of Sun Wukong and quickly informed the celestial court of his daring actions. The Jade Emperor, while both infuriated and impressed by Sun Wukong's audacious defiance, decided against punishing him. Instead, he saw a chance to manage the Monkey King's unruly nature by offering him a position in the heavenly administration, disguising it as a high honor rather than a punishment. The emperor's strategy was to temper Sun Wukong's rebellious streak by integrating him into the celestial hierarchy. He granted Sun Wukong a title that seemed prestigious within the heavenly court, aiming to curb his disruptive behavior. Sun Wukong, initially thrilled by the celestial invitation, accepted it with great enthusiasm, unaware of the Jade Emperor's true agenda. He was greeted with grand ceremonies and awarded the esteemed title of Protector of the Horses. At first, he basked in the glory, believing this position to be a prestigious recognition among the gods. However, it soon dawned on him that the title was merely a minor role overseeing the heavenly stables, far from the grandeur he had anticipated. Feeling deeply insulted by this apparent slight, Sun Wukong's pride was severely wounded. In a furious uproar, he abandoned his heavenly post and stormed back to Flower Fruit Mountain. Upon reclaiming his throne, he proclaimed himself the great sage equal to heaven, a bold assertion of his equality with the divine beings he felt had wronged him. The Jade Emperor, alarmed by Sun Wukong's rebellious behavior, attempted to subdue him by sending celestial warriors, but they all failed. Advised by the Gold Star of Venus, the Emperor granted Sun Wukong the seemingly honorable role of tending to the Garden of Peaches of Immortality, which took 3,000 years to ripen. However, dissatisfied, Sun Wukong ate all the peaches, which were meant for the Queen Mother of Heaven's Immortal Peach Festival, and then infiltrated the event, consuming the Immortal's wine. Drunk with power, he stumbled into Lao Tzu's garden and took the god's pills of immortality before fleeing back to Flower Fruit Mountain. Furious, the Jade Emperor sent an army to capture Sun Wukong, but the Monkey King, armed with his magical staff and newfound powers, easily defeated them, further solidifying his defiance against heaven. The goddess of mercy, Guanyin, suggested that the Jade Emperor call on Erlang Shen, a powerful deity. Erlang Shen battled Sun Wukong in a fierce shape-shifting duel, but it was Lao Tzu who ultimately captured Sun Wukong using a diamond snare. Despite being sentenced to death, Sun Wukong's immortality protected him from harm. Desperate, Lao Tzu placed him in the brazier of 8 trigrams for 49 days, but instead of killing him, it only made Sun Wukong stronger. Enraged, Sun Wukong launched another attack on the heavenly forces, forcing the Jade Emperor to seek help from Buddha. Buddha challenged Sun Wukong to leap out of his palm, and confident in his abilities, Sun Wukong attempted it. However, he soon realized that he had never left Buddha's hand, as the entire universe was within Buddha's grasp. Buddha then trapped Sun Wukong under a mountain, where he remained imprisoned for 500 years to reflect on his actions. Later, noticing the growing greed and violence in China, Buddha decided a pilgrimage to India was needed to retrieve sacred sutras. Guanyin selected the monk Tang Sanzang, who was accompanied by 2 attendants and a white horse. Their journey took a dire turn when a demon king captured them. The attendants were devoured, but Tripitaka was saved by the evening star. Continuing alone, he encountered a tiger but was rescued by a hunter. Together, they found the imprisoned Sun Wukong, who had been foretold would be freed by Tripitaka. Sun Wukong pledged loyalty to Tripitaka, and their journey continued. The group faced numerous challenges, including a white dragon who swallowed their horse. After a battle, Guanyin revealed the dragon's destiny to serve them, and it transformed into a stallion. They later met a pig-faced demon, Zhu Bajie, who joined them after Sun Wukong rescued a girl he had captured. Finally, the Sand River demon, Sha Wujing, also joined after learning his true purpose. After a 14-year journey filled with trials, they reached Vulture Peak and received the sacred sutras from Buddha. Upon their return to China, they were honored and ascended to divine positions in heaven. Sun Wukong's journey from mischievous rebel to enlightened protector symbolizes the human quest for spiritual growth. His transformation, achieved through Taoist practices, embodies the struggle between earthly desires and higher wisdom. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, remains a cultural icon to this day and continues to inspire with his story of redemption and the quest for enlightenment. Given the journey of Sun Wukong from a rebellious monkey to an enlightened protector, what aspect of his transformation do you find most inspiring? Comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.